Hey everybody, what's up? It is Patrick from Magnetic Nerds, and today we're getting into one of Kagnac's mighty tools, Sunder. Before I get into this build, I feel there's a little bit of a backstory. It's no secret that all of us here at Magnetic Nerds have a strong love and affection towards Skyrim. And just the lore and everything behind the game. I mean, you can even go the whole Elder Scrolls series. And we came across Kagnac's tools. Not only are they very cool looking, but the story behind them is really neat as well. So that got us talking, and we thought we can work a whole story around these tools. With that said, we're going to dive into the first one, Sunder. The design for Sunder, well, that's a little tricky. The modding community of Skyrim is vast, and there are several different versions of all three of Kagnac's tools. Our main source of inspiration was the Creators Club. And as I like to do, for those of you playing along at home, here are the materials I used to make Sunder. The whole journey for this project started out with the handle, core of the whole hammer. For that, I used a wooden dowel, which I cut down to size, and then I used the pattern to mark off the places where the details and embellishments would go. With everything marked off, I now began to work on the details that would go on this handle. For the details, I used foam dowels and 4mm foam sheets. The foam dowels did not want to wrap around the handle at all, so at the end of the day I had some pretty nasty seam lines and gaps that had to be filled, and for that I used foam clay. With the handle blocked out, it was time to fine-tune my design. And for that, I went off to the Dremel. That way I could sand in all the fine details and make everything look smooth and uniform. With the handle now out of the way, it was on to the hammerhead portion of the project. For this, I was not going to reinvent the wheel. The main sphere of the hammerhead was a pattern I got from Cosplay. It was really easy to trace onto foam, scale it to size. Once I glued the foam pieces together, I used quick seal to fill in the seams, and then I went back to the Dremel, sand everything, and fine-tune the piece. The rest of the hammerhead was pretty straightforward. contact cement to bring the two cylinders and the sphere together to make the whole hammerhead, and for the fine details that went onto the hammerhead, I'd use super glue. I wanted to give the hammer a look that some of these pieces were welded together. To achieve that, I used quick seal, and just put a bead of that over the seam, and then dipped my hand in a little bit of water and kind of smoothed it out just a touch. I don't want to smooth it out the whole way, but once that dried, it gave it the illusion that these pieces were welded. Being a foam prop, my go-to primer and sealer is Plasti-Dip. Sunder got several thick coats to help prime and seal the entire thing for painting. With the handle and the hammerhead complete, it was time to bring these two pieces together. I drilled a hole in the bottom of the hammerhead to create a landing pad for the handle. The foam from the hammerhead was actually snug enough fit when you stuck the dowel in, but I didn't need anything more than just a few beads of super glue to help hold it together. The color I choose for Sunder is gold. I mean, all Dwemer artifacts, armor, they're all gold. Sunder is no different. I wanted to create a little contrast between the quote-unquote welded seams and the rest of the hammer. So I simply traced over those welded seams with a brighter shade of gold. Then the entire hammer got a nice little rub down with some Gratian gold rub and buff. This is to help give Sunder a more warmer tone than its original gold finish. With the paint cured, it's now time to make this hammer sing. It's on to my favorite part of any project, and that's weathering. Final step in weathering, which is a simple wash from black acrylic paint. This was another project that took me way out of my comfort zone, but I think I'm starting to get a hang of this foam smithing thing. Initially, this project was supposed to be on Katoria's plate, but with the way everything fell, all of our projects were getting scheduled out, it landed on my plate instead. I'm glad it did. Helped me push my boundaries, helped me unlock a few skills, and now I have the second member. Hi.
Excellent. Just what I was looking for.
What was that?